Beth and I gradually figured out about our friendship over a long time was something that we began to say we are favor asking friends. And what we meant by that was you could ask the other friend anything. Can you get up at 4 in the morning and get me to the airport? Anything. Knowing that sometimes your friend can't do it, and that's fine. There's no penalty for asking. And so you get a remarkably relaxed relationship year in and year out. We saw the metropolitan area the same way, more or less. We saw the university the same way, more or less. We both understood that working with students was sacred, and that we both heard a lot of stories from students, some of which were awful stories, frightening stories, and some of which were playful stories, and some of which were silly stories, and some were foolish stories. So we listened to students. And I would say that's the main thing that Beth and I have in common. We listened to students for all these years. We listened to students. Well, Beth, I'm going to miss you terribly. And I know you're going to miss us also. So I suppose one thing I want to say is treat this journey that you're on, the one starting in another month and a half, treat it as sacred also. There's never been anyone that worked here that I know of who was more accessible to more students than Beth. When you live for 32 years or something like that in a residence suite, 2 rooms, a little bitty bathroom, where you wash your dishes in a little sink like that, where you have no stove, and you do it because students learn very quickly. They can knock at your door any time of the day or night. They can tell you funny, happy stories. They can tell you deeply embarrassing stories. Students knew they could tell their stories to Beth, up to this day. I think it's 33, but I may be off by a year. Yeah, that's what I would have guessed. Oh, that's easy. My mother made a really wonderful chopped apple cake. So it's kind of a cinnamony thing. I don't know if you've ever had it, but and it was a plate cake. It was about this. It didn't have frosting on it. It was apples and nutmeg and stuff like that. Well, one time about 4 years ago, no, that's more than that now. I'm going to say 15 years ago, we were going to my birthday party at our good friends Gail and David Burnett, who live about 12 miles from here. And we got there, and she had called my sister Mary, who lives in Wisconsin, to get my mother's chopped apple cake recipe rather than her chopped apple cake. She makes her own kind of chopped apple cake. So she was going out of her way to make sure this was my kind of chopped apple cake. Those are very Beth things.